Good morning. Right, let's get started. So shaking away the tension. Wrists, elbows, shoulders. I don't know if you like me, my shoulders are getting really stiff. I think we really need to free them up. Out to the sides. Take them up. And coming down, bend your knees. And coming up. Nice and slowly. Excellent. And then just swinging your arms. So a little bit of a bounce with your knees. But arms are really relaxed. And then let the swing get a bit more until we're going to come down. So bend just as much as knees are happy to. So making sure your feet are nice and parallel so your knees are going directly over your feet. And let's do one more. And circle. Lovely big circles, nice and slow because it's early on. And lifting your shoulders as if you're swimming. Shoulder blades, you can feel your ribs. And take them backwards. Pick up your shoulders, breathe in. And again, I was reading that this, just doing that stimulates your vagus nerve, helps to calm you down. Excellent. And we're just going to do a bit of a shoulder stretch. So bring your hands right in front, and then what you're going to do is you're going to stretch them, that extra stretch forward, and then very slowly take them round. Take them right round as far as they go, and just pulling them back. And then take them round slowly. And stretching, just pulling that extra stretch. It comes from here, from your shoulder girdle. We'll do one more. So take them round. Take them behind and give them a good stretch. Pull your shoulder blades together. When we're sitting a lot, we can wind up with some weak muscles through here, the ones that keep our shoulder blades stable. We just want to make sure that we are keeping those strong if we're doing a lot more sitting at a desk than we might normally. Okay, lung strengthening, this Qigong exercise. So take your arms up, push your chest forward, and so that out breath, that pushing down is with tension. Chest comes forward. And you're hissing. One more. Excellent. Very good. Okay, circling your hips. And back the other way. Now isolate from your waist upwards. So waist up doesn't move, just your hips. You'll feel your lower back, sacrum, and the other way. And if you can do a figure of 8, you'll find all sorts of internal muscles. Lovely. Knees soft, just gently swinging. Lovely. And then swinging your arms to the sides with a bit of a lift. Nice and relaxed though. Now we're going to do doubles. So we're going to go around. So that you're traveling. Be nice and warmed up. Let's do one more. And then I want you to cross your arms and take your leg out. Cross your arms. And this is partly working on those shoulder blade, especially a muscle called serratus anterior. Really helps to stabilize your shoulder blade. And if we're sitting at our desk a lot, posturally, it tends to lose its strength. Start getting problems with our shoulder blade and our rotator cuff muscles, which we really don't want. Lovely. And taking your arm over your head, a nice stretch. And now take your arm across and really turn. So don't compromise your knees. I want you to turn your feet. So don't keep your feet still and twist, bad for knees. Turn your whole foot. That way it's safe. Excellent. Now coming to the center, feet quite wide, knees directly over your feet, a little bit of tension in your lower stomach muscles. Just take a nice deep breath in. Deep down into your ribs. Relax your shoulders. And again. So you should feel the back of your ribs expanding as you breathe. Stretching into your thighs. And one more. Lovely. So we're going to circle from our hips. So we'll do 3 outward. Try and keep your balance. Look at a point that's not moving. And then we're going to do 3 inwards, as if you're climbing over a fence. And you'll feel this. You'll feel some muscles. Back of the hips. Lovely. Excellent. Okay, we're going to warm up our spine and our hamstrings. Keep one foot still. Step forward, reaching through your spine. Step back, coming down, lift that foot. If you take your arms behind, you'll get a nice stretch through your back, upper back. And then stretching up. Coming down, lift that foot. And again. We'll hold this one a little bit longer. Lovely, and one more on this side. And let's swap feet. This time step forward, open through the chest. Step back, lift that foot again, and let your arms be wider, opening through your upper back. And open. And coming down. And open. I'll do one more. Lovely, coming up. Let's do this Tai Chi arms. So a figure of 8. And then let it lasso around your head and let your body sway with your arm. Nice big movement. And again, we're working all sorts of, especially postural support muscles, freeing them up, keeping them strong. And from an energy point of view, this one is very good for getting the energy to flow. And let's do the other arm. So nice big figure of 8. Take it right around. And just moving with your body so it feels relaxed. The movement is coming from the momentum of your body rather than trying to move your shoulder, if that makes sense. You're just allowing your arm to follow the movement of your body. Lovely, let's do both together. So a figure of 8. And then take them up and take them down very wide, very slowly. And you'll feel those shoulder blades coming down the ribs, gliding back down the ribs. That's it. Give them a shake right up into your shoulders. Just clearing those meridian energy lines. Good shake. And then again, your legs shaking from the hip right down to the foot. Legs as relaxed as you can. Excellent. I want to do this Qigong exercise. Grounds our energy, cleanses and calms. Feet comfortably apart. Lifting your arms. Push down through your feet. Now hollow through your back. You're drawing a lovely big circle of white light surrounding your body. Bring your hands through at your waist. Gather up a huge ball of energy. And you're just going to pour it down through your body, through all layers. Lovely. Do that again. So relaxed. Push down into the earth. Now hollow your back. Make this a whole back movement. Lovely circle of white healing light. Gather up that earth energy and let it pour down through you. We'll do one more. Excellent. You feel so grounded and calm. Love it. Okay, let's have a stretch. Start with our calf muscles. So you want both feet as much as you can facing forward as if they're on railway tracks. Front knee is bent, back leg straight, pushing the back heel down so you feel a stretch in this big back calf muscle. Then we're going to do that deeper muscle, soleus. So bring this back foot in, knee follows your foot, pushing all your weight down through this back heel. So you can come down like this if you find it better. But I've got no weight on my front foot and I'm pushing down through the heel. You should feel it deeper in your calf and down towards your Achilles tendon. Lovely, let's do the first stretch on the other leg. So feet as much as you can turn to face the same direction. Front knee is bent, your knees following your foot, pushing your back heel down. So you can feel a good stretch in that back calf muscle. Lovely, bring your back foot in. Knee follows your foot, pushing down through that heel. So this is just for balance, your front leg pushing down. Feeling a stretch into that deeper calf muscle. Lovely. Coming up, let's stretch into the front of our thighs, up into our hips. So holding on to something for support to get our alignment. So grab your foot, your heel, you could hold your leggings. Knee and thigh are next to each other. Let your shoulders come back, let your ribs lift. Once you've got that position, pull your heel back away from the buttock, keeping your knee and thigh where they are, keeping them aligned with the other one. You should feel a stretch in the front of your thigh, 4 big muscles in there. And then push this hip bone forward, and you'll feel the stretch move up into, there's 2 hip flexors, front of your hips. So we get an opening with this one through the whole of the front of the body. Lovely, let's do the other side. So get the alignment first. Knee next to your thigh. Once you have shoulder back, ribs lifted, once you have that alignment, then you can pull your heel back. Don't pull up, not good for knee ligaments. Pull back. And now push that hip bone forward. It's only a very subtle, small movement. Excellent. And release. We're going to come into a forward bend. If you've had a sore back at all, you need to bend your knees, and you might not want to come all the way down, or you might want to just rest on a chair. Okay, just work with your body, but forward bends are what you need to be particularly aware of if your back has been niggling a bit. So bending from your hips, keep your chin up, and just coming down. We're just going to hold this flat back position. You can feel some muscle strengthening. We're slowly lengthening the hamstrings. They don't like being suddenly stretched. They like to be eased into the stretch. Coming down. Relax your head and your neck. Give your head a shake. Relax your elbows. Relax your shoulders. You can wiggle your hips from side to side a little bit just to make sure the bend is from the hips. Bend your knees a little bit if you need to. But as much as you can, just relax and breathe into the back of your ribs. Starting to let go of the tension that's built up in your back, in the back of your legs from the week. Now gently move from your left foot to your right foot. Just being aware of those 3 different muscles in the back of your legs. Well, 3 major ones. Okay, with your hands on the floor, I want you to turn one foot to 45 degrees and then bend your knee following that foot. So you're getting a bit of a stretch through the inside thigh. If that's too strong, you can do it up here. The main thing is that your knee is following your foot and you can see your big toe when you're upright. So if you're down here, just allow that stretch. And then coming up, take the weight off, turn your foot, turn the other one to 45 degrees. And again, knee is following my foot. That is the safety. I'm just getting really into these inside thighs, giving them a good stretch. And we'll do one more on each side. So if you have one side that's tighter than the other, spend longer on that side. So nice and controlled. I'm going to do some triangles later, so I just want to make sure these muscles are all nicely warmed up. Lovely. Coming down to sitting. If you need to, you can have a cushion or a blanket or a block just under your tailbone for these ones if you find it easier. So sitting cross-legged, lift up out of the base of your spine. And we keep that lift by keeping your chin up. So opposite hand on your knee, You're going to bend from your hips, coming forward as far as you go. Keep your chin up as long as you can. And then when you reach your full stretch, then relax your head, relax your shoulders. Close your eyes and just breathe. Breathe into the stretch. I know it's strong. You should feel it across your lower back into the deep under the buttock muscles, into those muscles in and around the hip joint. It's a strong stretch, but there shouldn't be any sharp pain, any burning feeling. If there is, you need to come up. It's a lovely Shiatsu exercise. Helps to balance our body's use of energy. So it really helps to free up the energy channels so that we have lots of vitality. So that our body makes good use of the food that we eat to provide energy. And coming up slowly also really helps to keep your lower back free. That's what I like. Swap over. Now, if you've got a sore leg, got a sore knee, you can always have one leg straight, or you can have a really loose cross. You've got to work with your body. So knees should be very happy. Lift up out of the base of your spine and then coming forward. As far as you go, then relax down. And just close your eyes and feel like you're breathing into the stretch rather than resisting it. So just welcome this stretch. Know it is really good for your body. Know it is freeing up the flow of energy. And if you surrender to it, you'll find there comes a point where your body releases and you move into a much deeper stretch. Lovely. And coming up. Slowly does it. Soles of your feet together. Draw your feet, draw your heels towards your body. Lift through your spine. So you're really lifting your chest. Once you've got that lift, then push your knees down to the floor. The seated butterfly. It's really removing the obstacles that stop us moving forward, this one. Okay. And you can feel physically it's stretching the inside thigh. You just want to hold it down. Don't bounce, just hold it, using the strength of your muscles to lengthen. So really working that liver meridian quite strongly, allowing the release of all that build-up of resentment and tension and angst and anger and all of those really heated negative emotions. Okay, so I've been talking for a while. You've been holding that a good while. Well done. And release. Stretch your legs out in front. Now point your toes down and pull your heels back. One of the places that energy really blocks, especially seems as we get older, is in and around the ankles. And so if we can do this just to keep not just physically the joints supple and the ligaments good and healthy, but to keep those energy pathways free. That's why we do this every week. It's important. Okay, flowing forward bend. So lift up out of the base of your spine, keeping that chin up. We're going to try and breathe in through our nose and breathe out quite forcibly through our mouth, letting go tension in the solar plexus. So breathe in. Keep your chin up. Take it down nice and slowly. Better to do this slow. So everything that didn't go well this week, we're letting it go. Everything that annoyed you this week, we're letting it go. Helps us to just accept things as they are. To come into this moment, letting the past go. Let's do another one. So the back of your legs are the bladder meridian, all to do with flow in the body, especially the fluids flowing. emotions flowing, everything moving and flowing as it's supposed to. And that's why we do so much to stretch and keep the movement in and the flexibilities in the back of our legs. From an energy point of view, from a physical structural point of view, really helps to prevent lower back problems, because when these get tight, we get a tilt in our pelvis. That means there's a lot more pressure on the lower back and everything that we do. Okay, take your right foot, place it next to your left knee. Now you can keep this leg straight, or if you're comfortable, tuck it under. But importantly, for your back, draw this knee close so that you can lift through the spine. Place your right hand down close to the body so you keep that lift. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, turn to the right, pulling your knee across until you feel a good stretch through your lower back, through into your hip, outside thigh, and you'll feel it squeezing your tummy. And that's really important because it's releasing tension. A lot of tension builds up in our gut. It's almost like your gut clenches in a fear response when things are difficult. And sometimes that tension can be there for years. Until we release it, we don't know it's there. It becomes our normal. And so this exercise stops it building up. So it keeps that blood flow to your gut, keeps the whole gut healthy. And when your gut is healthy, your immune system is strong. And it helps because the gut produces the neurotransmitters that affect your mood and your mind. So you really want your gut healthy. Okay, coming back round to the front. So I talk a lot and you stretch a lot. Okay, let's do the other side. Left foot on the outside of your right knee. Tuck this one under if you want to. So let's get into a really good position. Bring this one in. Lift through your spine. Left hand down. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, turn to the left. Pulling that leg across. And breathe. So from I suppose, a more emotional, mental point of view, this one really helps us to stay flexible, to adapt to change. Any of the twisting postures really help us to just learn to go with the flow, to embrace uncertainty, to embrace change rather than trying to keep things as they are and as we want them. So we learn to be adaptable rather than expecting life to adapt to us, which it won't. And that reduces a lot of the stress when we just flow with life. We're not resisting. There's much less tension, much less fatigue. And again, that was a good stretch. Coming back around to the front, untangle your legs. Take your arm right over your head. So not forward, not back, right over your ear if you like. So you feel a very strong stretch through your ribs, through your hips. Keep your buttocks on the floor as much as you can. Really working that lymph, helping the lymph return, and the lymph system's involved in your immune system. It's one of the reasons that we stay healthy when we move. Keeps our lymph moving, detoxifies our body. And yoga especially is good for the lymph flow. Turn your arms over, take your arms up. Relax your shoulders down. I'm just going to come forward so I don't get my plant. And take your arms down as wide as you can, nice and slowly. So you feel your shoulder blades coming down your ribs. You feel them coming right down. You're really working that serratus anterior, the rhomboids posturally, keeping them strong. Pull your shoulders back and down. Lift through your chest, lift your chin. And then just turn your head over one shoulder, back to the center, and over the other shoulder, back to the center. Lovely. Have a drink. We'll come up into the mountain posture Tadasana and do some work with deep yogic breathing. So Tadasana is all about alignment within yourself. But if you like, you're aligning with the energy of the planet, the earth energy, and the higher energies that we tend to look upward, come from beyond our planet, if you like. So begin with your feet hip width apart. You want them parallel. Now find a point on the floor that's not moving. I want you to focus on that point. Come up on your toes. Keep your focus. And then stretching your arms overhead. Pulling your ribs up out of your hips. Keep that focus. So you'll feel your ankles really working, strengthening, releasing, so that that energy flows. But you'll feel little balance receptors working. And this really helps us to walk strongly and confidently on the earth, knowing we are supported. Now lower your heels, bring your arms and shoulders down without collapsing through your torso. So you've just realigned your whole rib cage in relation to your hips, your back and your pelvis. You'll feel stronger, feel more confident, and you will be taller, okay? If you're a person who locks your knees, loosen them off. If your chin's forward, tuck it back. Close your eyes. Feel that connection down through your feet. You are strong. Think of the strength of mountains. No storm. Nothing interferes with that connection with the earth that a mountain has, the way it stands proud and strong through whatever comes its way. Still reaching up into that light, reaching up that impulse to lift up to the highest. And this invokes that impulse in us. You may feel like you're just standing here, but this is one of the most important postures we do every week. It is a master posture. It just realigns you, realigns your compass, if you like. Now, with your eyes closed, if you're comfortable, just rocking forward and backward, becoming aware of a point under the ball of your foot, which is a point around which you are moving. Now, circling on your feet around that point. So we're just learning that life will throw us off balance. But there's a central core of us that remains in balance always. So we just return to that. Let's go the other way. So all that energy that's been scattered by our thoughts all week, we're just bringing it back to revitalise that central core of us, to bring us back to our own strength and confidence. The mountain posture really is about standing in your power, about confidence. Now come to rest lightly balanced over those 2 points under the ball of your foot. We're just going to free up the breath, free up the tension in and around the shoulders, the ribs, so that we can breathe fully and deeply. So as you breathe in to the top of your shoulders. As you breathe out, feel them relaxing down. And again. Really allowing your head and neck to float upward. Now breathe from the center of your chest out across your upper back. Feel as if your wings are opening. Your shoulder blades are your wings. And then let those wings settle back down into their true position. And again. Expanding. And allowing that expansion to be your new normal. Now breathe up under your arms. As you breathe out, feel your ribs relax. And again. Lovely. Now bring the breath into the sternum, the breastbone, opening the heart chakra. And take the breath, physically imagine it's between the sternum and the spine. And as you breathe, you're just inflating that space gently so it opens. So there's more space for your breath and more space for the heart to expand. Now feel like you're opening a channel right down, following the sternum through the center of your chest, the center of your body. If you find tension, just accept that tension. It will ease in its own time. And now take the breath down deeper. Place your hands on your tummy and breathe into your hands. As you breathe out, feel your hands pull back towards your spine. And again. Let your focus rest gently on the breath. Just feel the peace. Feel that place deep inside it brings you in contact with. This is who you are. This beautiful, strong, clear, calm being is the truth of you. There's nothing that you can't do from this place. When you're connected to this place, there's nothing you can't do. It's the source of your fire, of your confidence, of your passion. Now, as you open your eyes, I want you to stay connected. So you're back in the world. It's said that we walk in two worlds. We have an inner world and this outer world that we call reality. And we walk with one foot in each. And when we do that, we function much better in the outer world. So there's an old axiom, a spiritual axiom that says, I am in the world, but not of it. So the truth of who you are is what you connect to when you close your eyes and block out this world of the senses. But you're in this world, bringing that spiritual essence, that strength, bringing it through in action into the world. That's what we're here to do. So that inner strength that you are, we stay connected to that, one foot in that. And then we step into this world on this earth, connected to matter, connected to earth, going about our life, but we're drawing on that strength within us and allowing it to flow into the world. And that is to live a life of truth. Lovely. Okay, I want to do energy block release 3. Heart opening, taking it in a specific direction. Now, your heart will be calling. We've just had a Gemini full moon, which is all about the heart, about invoking what's called the Christ consciousness or the love principle in your heart. And usually at the full moon, it comes up issues of, okay, where is this heart energy? Where does it need to be directed? Okay, what do I want to change in my life? What do I want to put my heart and soul into? What do I want to put my fire into? What change is needed for me to move in that direction? So just have that in mind as we do EBR3. So we're going to start with windmill breath. So feet comfortably apart, arms up. I've got my palms forward. And then I'm going to drop my arm, bend my knees, and bring my arm up, stretching especially through here. So I breathe out, I breathe in. I breathe out, I breathe in. And you'll notice that we're breathing into the very deepest part of our lungs. This is where the oxygen exchange happens. 80% of your oxygen exchange happens in the deeper lobes of the lungs. So you are oxygenating your whole body. That's why you feel a bit, ooh, because suddenly your brain's got all this oxygen. Really good if you're someone who has any kind of compromised breathing or tends to be a bit chesty, or your chest is your kind of weak point. Lovely. Now bring your hands down comfortably in front of you. So lifted through your shoulder, through your spine, but relaxed through your shoulders. One hand facing, one palm away. This is your mirror. So look into that mirror. I want you to see yourself happy, healthy, full of vitality. So breathe in. Keep looking in the mirror. Keep seeing that image as you open your heart to that image. Releasing the fears and doubts, squeezing them out of the kidneys. And bring it back round. Keep that focus. Now swap them over. Again, happy, healthy, doing what you love. Breathe in, we move on the out breath. Releasing the fears, squeezing away all those doubts, those I can't do this, those obstacles we think are in our way. Lovely, we'll do it one more time because you know what you're doing now. So breathe in. See yourself having fun, really expressing who you are, feeling free. Letting your light shine out into the world. Because that's why you're here. To let your light shine. So that you switch that light on for others. And they let their light shine. And so we get a domino effect out in the world. Wonderful. Now bring your hands into a praying hands position in front of your heart. This next one is really good for bringing the body into balance, and especially hormonal balance. Okay, so what we do is we go heaven and earth, and then bend, come back to the heart. So my palm is going up, one palm going down, back to the heart. Breathe in, and breathe out. We're working in that midline. Breathe in, and breathe out. Bring the body into a beautiful balance, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Balancing the hormones. Really stimulating that vagus nerve so that our body is calm and clear. Relaxed and vibrant. Lovely. We'll do one more cycle. Excellent. Now we're going to do Anahata breath, the breath of the heart. Just take your feet apart, a little bit of tension in your core. Breathe out what you don't need. Breathe in what you need. So at the moment, there's probably a lot of fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Let's let it go. Breathe in love, trust, hope, and faith. Things will be fine. Breathe out that doubt. Breathe in that really strong conviction. Bring yourself into that place of empowered strength. Imagine all your doubts are just floating away. You're breathing in the strength beyond just your small self. You're breathing in help and support. Because we're in this together. We don't do this alone. Wonderful. Okay, I want to do an exercise now, a little extra exercise to let you experience full open-heartedness, okay, and the power and strength of that. So it's called ocean waves. So just have your hands about an inch apart and just take your awareness to the connection between your hands. You may feel an energy, a buzzing, a heat. If you do that, you may feel a sort of a magnetic-y feeling. This is your energy talking to itself. Chakras in your hands talking to each other. Now we're going to work with that connection and open the heart. So it's like ocean waves. So we're very much aware of the connection, but we're slowly expanding the space between our between our hands, but very much still aware that they are connected. They're not flying free of each other. They're working together, expanding this lovely space. So keep going. Just with each, it's like the tide coming in and out, each time expanding a bit more. Now I want you to just take your hands as wide as you are comfortable. Okay. Now you're perfectly safe, and this is a safe thing to do. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to just open. So imagine that your heart energy is flowing out through your palms of your hands, and you're sending love out into the world. Now, if you want to, you can direct it to particular people or particular places, or you can just direct it to everybody who needs it, including animals, plants, our planet. So just allow more and more of your heart energy to flow out into the world. And just notice how you feel. And I don't know about you, but when I do this, I start to smile. In fact, I get the giggles because so much joy bubbles up inside of me. It's like a fizzy bottle of pop. Now bring your awareness back to your hands, and we're going to slowly bring them in. So bringing them back in relation to each other. And you may feel like you're sort of concertinaing a whole lot of energy back into a smaller space, which you are. This is your heart energy. Bring it in all the way until they're about an inch apart. And then if you didn't feel the energy before, I'm sure you will now. Okay. That's the attractive power of your heart. Now your hands probably really want to come together because heart energy connects. So let them come together. Lovely. Right, we're going to take this heart energy and we're going to direct it. So think heart's desire. So we're going to turn, one foot faces, the other one is perpendicular. We're going to make a bow and arrow. So this is our bow, this is our arrow. That is the mudra. So watch me for a moment. So you're going to draw your bow, opening to heart energy. You're going to breathe in. You're going to envision that change or that feeling in your heart as if it's already happened. You give it all of your directed focus and will energy. So we'll do this 3 times. So gather, breathe in, focus, give it your energy. And again, envisage your heart, how you will feel as if it's already happened. Lovely. And release. We're going to do the same on the other side. So bow and arrow. Again, draw your bow across your heart. Feel that feeling. Heart's desire manifested. And again. And release. We're now going to come down and we're going to gather up. We're going to open our heart to receiving support in this change. So we come down into the runner. Whichever foot is forward, same side hand down next to that foot. Your other hand is palm upward on the mat. Then we're going to breathe in, gather up the energy. Keep your arm high and keep it aligned and keep it strong. So we don't let it drop. This is our will. So we're gathering up supportive energy, support from others. Envisage that change. Breathe in. Give it energy. You're opening to support. We do it 3 times. Lovely. Pushing up, turn your feet to the front. And we come into a forward bend in which we surrender all attachment to how this happens. We just align our compass. We just need to know what we want. And then life will produce beautiful opportunities for us to act upon to bring that about. And turning to the other direction in your runner, same side, foot and hand, the other one palm upward on the mat. So again, gather up that support, breathing in, envisage the change. Be strong. 3 times. You're never on your own. Lovely. Coming up, again, turn to the front, surrender. Forward bend, very much about developing trust. Surrendering to a trust that's beyond our small self. And then bring your feet together, bend your knees and slowly curling up. Curling up through your spine. Surround yourself in that beautiful heart energy. That's EBR3. Very powerful for invoking change in your life. So all you got to do now is keep your eyes open for those opportunities. Okay, I want to do some triangles. Really want to free up and get this energy moving. Okay, so we're going to do the Bhima to begin with. Feet good 2 hip widths apart. Turn your left foot to 45 degrees. Bend your knee. Your knee follows your foot and you need to be able to see your big toe. Your right foot swivels inward. And there's an alignment between your front heel and your back arch. Engage your core. Okay. Take your left elbow down, hand on your hip. We're just going to bring ourselves into alignment. So pull your hip back, shoulder back, head back. So you're all in one plane, engaging that core. You can stay in this position. If you want more, you can take your arm up. And then if you want stronger, turn your thumb out and take your arm directly over your head, not forward, not backward, but ear, directly over your ear. And breathe. So the Bhima, a very powerful posture. But if we do it correctly, we don't have to do lots of repetitions or hold it for a long time. It's all about the alignment. Wonderful. Okay, relax that arm. Now use your thigh to push up. And then once the weight is off that foot, it's safe to turn and close the energy. And then we'll do the same on the right side. So right foot to 90 degrees, left foot to 45. Bend your right knee, wriggle your toes, knee follows your foot, make sure that you can see that big toe. Elbow down to that knee, hand on your hip. So pull your hip back, shoulder back, head back, engage your core. So I'm in a lovely stable position here. If that's enough for you, stay there. If you want more, take your arm up. And then if you want more, turn your thumb out. Take your arm over your head. So it's not forward, it's not backward. It's almost like my arm is in line with my ear. My head and neck are relaxed. It's strong. But there's that feeling your body gets when you're pushing your limits a little bit in a good way. Okay, gently working within your comfort zone, but just easing it out a little bit more, which is what triangles do. Can't stay the same and do triangles. Relax your arm, push up with your thigh. Use your thigh, not your back. Once the weight's off, turn your foot and close. Excellent. Want to do warrior 1 into warrior 2. Okay, feet wide. Left foot to 90 degrees. Right foot to 45. Check that alignment. Bend that left knee. You can see my big toe. Now I'm still more or less facing the front. Okay, I've not twisted round. You're still looking at me. Now you're going to take your arms out. Now I'm not here, I'm not lifted through my shoulders, but I am lifted through here. So I'm lifted through my ribs, relaxed through my shoulders. There's a little bit of tension in my arm, especially that middle finger. And I just focus, looking at the tip of the nail on the left middle finger. And this invokes your will. And you probably feel a real strength in this warrior 1. Invoking courage. invoking that willpower that you can then direct toward your heart's desire. Now drop your arms, swivel your hips round. So now I'm directly in line with that front leg. I can still see my big toe. And I want you to take your arms up. Now if it's pinching in your lower back, just look forward. If you want to, you can look up. You can have your hands together in a praying hands position or apart. But feel like the heart energy is flowing up through the hands. Strong on the front of your hip. If you want stronger, bend your knee more. Sink down into the earth. So warrior two again, invoking incredible strength and helps us to move forward. Gives us what we need to take that step into the unknown. Lower your arms. Push up with this thigh. Once the weight's off, turn your foot. And with triangles, always close the energy before you do the other side. Right, warrior one and two on the right. So right foot to 90 degrees, left foot to 45. Bend that right knee. Make sure you can see your big toe. Still facing forward. I'm lifted through here, but relaxed in my shoulders. A little bit of tension in my arms. Not really rigid, but definitely tension in my middle finger. Focusing on the end of the nail. And just breathe. The beautiful thing about the warriors is they bring your heart energy and your will into alignment. So you have a heart's desire aligned with that willpower. There's nothing you can't achieve when you align those two. Now lower your arms, swivel around over the front of that right leg. Take your arms up into warrior two. So there's a feeling of lifting through here, through your ribs. Heart energy is going up. If it's pinching in your lower back, make sure you're looking forward, not up. And if you want it stronger, bend your knee more. And breathe. Lovely. Lower your arms. Push up with your thigh. Turn your foot. And close. Now we're going to put all three together. Okay. So take your feet apart. We'll go to the left first. Left foot to 90 degrees. Right foot to 45, bend that knee. So we're going to start with the Bhima. So coming down, get that alignment. Come up into your version of the Bhima. So engage your core, breathing. Lovely, lower your arm, coming up, come into warrior one. Still to the left, a little bit of tension in that middle finger. Drop your arms and come up into warrior two. Lower your arms, push up with your thigh, turn your foot, and we'll do all three on the other side. Doing all three together more than multiplies. They work synergistically together to create some magic. But we need to be well prepared and warmed up. You wouldn't just do these cold. That's why we've done lots of preparation. Okay, right foot to 90 degrees. Bend that knee, check your alignment, gauge your core. And I'm going to come down either here, here, or here. My version of the Bhima. Breathing freely, but that core is nice and engaged so that your back is supported. Now lower your arm, coming up, and you're going to come into warrior one, facing to your right. Just focus right on the end of that tip of your finger. Now lower your arms, swivel round, and we'll come into warrior two. The heart energy is lifting up into the highest aspiration. Okay, there's nothing you can't achieve. This really opens so that you let your light shine. You can't stay closed and do warriors. Lower your arms, push up with your thigh, and turn and close. Lovely. Right, you're warm. The warriors shift a lot of energy. Okay, they free up a lot of energy. Have a drink, and then we're going to do the tree, and then we'll come down for a nice relaxation. You know they're working if you feel lighter, more purposeful, like I've aligned parts of you into a focus, but you feel light on your feet. You feel your body feels a bit lighter and freer. Then you know that they're working their magic. Okay, what I would suggest, because we're in a time that's quite a powerful time for change, is if you're doing this class today, give it a couple of days and repeat this class, because doing a class like this twice in a week will have amazing effects on shifting through a period of uncertainty into feeling strong and centered and focused and knowing where you're going. So that would be my strong recommendation, if you could do that. Okay, the tree. Heel resting on your opposite ankle. Just follow my arms. So breathing in, hands to praying hands position. Breathe out. Breathe in as your hands turn. Breathe out as they come forward. Breathe in, open, and breathe out. Swapping over. So breathing in, and breathing out. And take it forward. So the tree grounds our energy beautifully. Now, if your balance is okay and you want to, you can take your foot higher. Don't push on your knee. And you'll need to focus on a point that's not moving. So in your own time, breathing in. And coming down, you need to engage that core a little bit. So get your balance first before you do your arms. Focus on the point. Opening our heart, expanding, opening to all that we are. But knowing we're not alone. All trees are connected via a network through the roots and through fungi under the ground. So trees know they're strong, but they don't stand alone. They don't enact change on their own. So the tree also helps us to connect with that wisdom that we're not on our own. We're all in this together. We may each have our own part to play, but we're not on our own. Wonderful. Namaste. So, time for relaxation. Get yourself warm and comfortable, either in Makrasana, or you can start in Makrasana in the crocodile and turn over into Savasana if you want. I'll just go over Makrasana for those who perhaps are new to this. One hand on top of the other, forehead on your hands. Take your feet apart, turn your heels in and your toes out. And then it's just a surrender. So very much a feeling of letting go. So get yourself comfortable. If you're lying on your back, make sure you get your lower back in contact with the floor, even if you sort of lift your hips and roll your pelvis back down again. You want to have, ideally, your feet apart a little bit and let your feet turn outward. It just helps to stimulate the vagus nerve, the parasympathetic nervous system, and enables your nervous system to relax. Have a little bit of space under your arms, just so the energy can flow. If you're lying in Makrasana, relax across your shoulders. And see if you can relax in Makrasana, allowing your hips to release into the floor, breathing gently through the solar plexus. Now I want to come into this present moment, and we will do that through deep yogic breathing. Okay, so we're going to breathe in down through that channel that we opened earlier in Tadasana. So breathe in, fill your tummy with air. Then gently pull it back towards your spine as you breathe out, back through that channel deep inside of you, releasing the breath through your nose or your mouth. And then just breathe in again when you're ready. So I just want you to find your body's own rhythm. So that the breathing is deep and slow, but it feels very natural, effortless. So just by noticing or focusing on the breath, your whole body responds with such vibrancy and health because you're tuning into your body. And when we tune into our body and listen to our body, it gives us subtle messages all the time about what it needs to be optimally healthy. And this means that we experience optimal health and well-being. The other magic of tuning into our body is whenever we tune into our physicalness, it brings us into this present moment. Takes us out of our mind, if you like. So feel that breath coming in, feel it expanding you deep inside. And then there's a natural release, a natural surrender as you breathe out. So as you breathe in, you're opening to wonderful energies coming in. Subtle energy we call prana, filling your whole energy body with vitality. When our energy field or our energy body is filled with vitality, it keeps our physical body very healthy. It reverses the aging process, if you like. Means that we move and be in ways that are much younger than our physical age. So when your mind opens to breathing in more prana, because energy follows thought, so you do. And we do this in an involuntary way when we go out into nature and we just naturally breathe more deeply. We have a sense that there's more subtle energy in beautiful places in nature. And we just breathe it in. So in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine that you are standing on a beach. It can be your favorite beach on the planet or a beach of your imagination. And you have this beach to yourself today. And a very powerful, energetic place is to stand just near the water's edge, where the water meets the land, if you like. And the energy here is supercharged. In a scientific way, they talk about it's full of negative ions. which are very good for your health. From a yogic point of view, it's full of prana. As those waves gently crash into the land, they release so much energy. The salt is cleansing. So imagine that you're just standing, just breathing in the air by the sea. And this is why people over the ages have gone to the sea to convalesce, because they intuitively know that it recharges their vital energy and therefore will help their body heal. So go there in your mind. Feel the breeze, smell the salt, hear the seagulls. Hear those waves coming in, releasing that energy, and you're taking it into your body until your whole energy field is supercharged with this life force energy, this prana. And you breathe it in, and as you breathe out, it just flows and distributes around your whole body. And you can imagine that your heart is like a vessel that fills with this energy. And it's the vessel that distributes this wonderful prana throughout your physical and energetic body. So you breathe in and you fill the vessel of your heart. As you breathe out, it flows to every cell in your body. And your cells are dancing. I don't know about you, but when I go to the beach, I feel like a little kid. I feel like running around and going crazy. I have so much energy at the beach. And this is why every cell is dancing. Feel the breeze. Smell that salt. Salt is naturally cleansing, both physically and for your energy field, for your energy body. Now imagine you've stepped just into the shallow water. You've got nice bare feet. You can feel the sand under your feet. And each time the waves go out, you can feel that lovely pulling feeling around your feet and your ankles. I want you to imagine that any tension in the body is just flowing down and it's releasing out through those 2 points under the ball of your foot. So the sea is just pulling out any fatigue, any tension out of your body and taking it away. So it's bringing in a vitality in it. You're releasing any heaviness, any fatigue, anything that needs to go. As your feet feel vitalized by the sea, so your whole body responds. The water is cool but not cold. Very refreshing. There's a gentle breeze blowing your hair. You can feel it on your skin. And it's as if it's just dissolving and blowing away all the cares and worries that are perhaps sitting on your shoulders, in your back. As you breathe more deeply, there's a feeling of wanting to open your chest. Let your upper body open and release. And in your mind's eye, I want you to go back into that feeling, that heart's desire that you had in EBR3, that change that you seek. And if you're not sure what change you want in your life, but just know that it needs to change, be open to that. And I want you to feel that change. So feel how you will feel when that change has come about already. So we're going into the future and we're bringing it into the present moment. Really feel the change. That image you saw of yourself in the mirror in EBR3, laughing, joyful, full of vitality, happy. Hold that image in your mind. Feel the change in your heart. And now, the icing on the cake in this process, the thing that really brings it about, in your heart, I want you to feel immense gratitude that this has already happened. Total appreciation and trust in this process. You don't know how it's going to come about. That's not our problem. The universe easily deals with that one. And it will happen in ways far better than we could imagine. Because it has the whole of universal consciousness. Universal mind, if you like, at its disposal. Not just our limited capacity to imagine. So in your heart, be filled with gratitude for a life of change. A life that is moving forward in such positive ways. And if you can feel any resistance in your body, in your mind, any doubt, just imagine that that is flowing out through your feet and being taken away by the waves, transformed by the sea into that beautiful prana. So see if you can come into a place of complete and utter faith and trust in your heart. And if you find faith and trust difficult, allow hope to blossom in that vessel of your heart. If you go to the seaside and stand facing out to that vast horizon, you can't help but be hopeful. If you're lucky enough to see a sunrise or a sunset whilst at the sea, it will invoke a new trust in the magnificence of life and the possibilities, and dissolve those limited fears and doubts. So you are the warrior. If you want to, in your mind's eye, you can imagine that you're standing in warrior 1 or warrior 2 on the beach, holding that posture, lifting your heart energy up into the light, feeling grounded under the sand, allowing that prana to flow through your whole physical body, your energy body, your whole self, turning to do the warrior on the other side, feeling strong, calm, and clear. Feeling that joy bubble up. It's a bit effervescent joy. It's like bubbles, sparkly energy, a lightness. It doesn't mean that our heart's desire we take lightly, not at all. It's a deeply held, important, most deeply held, important things to us come from our heart. But the energy that helps it to move, to create that change, is light and free. The energy that holds us back is dark and heavy, stagnant, restricting. And now in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine that you have moved a little bit further up the beach where you're not going to get wet, but you're lying in the sand. either in Makrasana or lying on your back, so that all parts of you are connected to the energy of the earth. And you can feel the warmth coming up from underneath you. And you can feel the gentle warmth of the sun warming you from above. And you feel a sense of total peace and surrender. And I just want you to connect with your breath and rest in your heart. Now gently place your fingertips or your hands on the center of your chest, connecting with your heart. And just ask the question, my heart, what do you need from me? And don't edit the answers. The first thing that pops into your mind will be the answer. So my heart, what do you need from me? And now very gently coming back into an awareness of your body lying on the floor. Take a nice deep breath and just start to move fingers, toes, wrists and ankles. Just slowly waking yourself up. Maybe stretching your arms overhead to wake up your spine. And if you're lying on your back and your lower back is a little stiff and sore, just draw your knees up to your chest, gently rock them from side to side just to ease out any tension. And then gently rolling over onto your right hand side, resting there for a moment, supporting your head. And then slowly coming up to sitting. Just take your time. And take a nice deep breath in. And another one. Namaste. Now do make sure you drink plenty of water. We've worked quite deeply today and we have shifted a lot of energy. We've worked really open the heart. So how you feel right now is to live from a place of an open heart. See if you can keep that heart open for as much of this week as possible. And if you feel your energies are starting to be affected otherwise, do the yoga class again, or maybe just do the relaxation again. But see if you can keep that beautiful heart open. Okay, have a lovely day. Namaste.